Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, April 9th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture who I am. Here we are past the eclipse, and yet it's not going away. Just because we had the peak moment, this eclipse is here to stay. This eclipse is going to continue to help us embrace, engage, remember who we are. And today's astro is kind of funny, the image that I got. Aries is the foundation for all of us. We come in like, this is who I am, and I'm ready to show up and do the things. And then Taurus comes in. Taurus energy comes in. And it's like, oh, I have to be productive? What is this value? What is this worth stuff? And this is where we're going today. And this is where we're going to have some interesting astro as we build to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. That is going to be on the 20th. But, I've been talking about it a little bit here and there. They're already to a place where they're only 2 degrees apart. We've started talking about them when they were 3 degrees apart. They're 2 degrees apart. So their impact on each other is beginning to be felt by us. And let me just explain how I like to explain planets. I feel like planets are like kids. There's one of them and it's noisy. And then you add another one and it's like, how many kids are there? It's just 2, but wow, it's exponentially noisy, right? So the planets like increase each other's energy. And Jupiter is an increaser already. So Jupiter increasing the Uranus quotient is going to be a lot of Uranus energy. I keep telling everybody, it was like, this eye is telling me that Uranus is doing something. My left eye keeps twitching. So today, Moon moving into Taurus and making an early morning connection to Pluto kind of feels like some time after we've been born. I'm like, wait, we have to do all of this? That's what this energy feels like. Wait, I didn't come here for this. I came here to be me. I'm going to do the me things. And the world is like, oh, but you got to eat and you have to sleep and you have to bathe yourself and you got to, go to work. You got to do all these things. You have to be productive. You have to participate. It's like, can I just go back? But no, we're here for a reason, right? We're here. And so nurturing who we are is the name of the game, but we're adding a few more layers in today. And you may, especially with that Plutonic square to the moon in Taurus, feel a little frustrated that it's not as simple as it seemed before we came in, before we came through. So at least the astro after that kind of cools off a little bit. We are building on Wednesday to a Mars-Saturn conjunction. And again, that might feel like heavy responsible layers. Heavy layers of being here and having to show up for the things. Keep finding your way back to your I am. The top of the cards today has the playfulness card. And so remember that inherent playfulness that came in with you. It did, even if the world has pushed it away. We also have this card, which, there's some shadow work that's coming through from these layers that we need to face. And in facing it, we will move towards the light. But watch what baggage you are bringing with you. Now, I also want to mention that Lilith has made her way into Libra. I am a Lilith Libra carrier. This is an interesting Lilith because this Lilith battles with inner peace versus pleasing others. And so you may find a little extra push and pull in that regard. And Lilith reminds you, find that inner peace. You will be much better at creating true peace outside yourself when you are true to yourself. This is going to be a short scope, I think, which is nice. I want to ask you, though, after the eclipse, I heard from so many people who were exhausted, and I was exhausted. And I think that's a thing. Like, there's so much energy. We are energy feelers. That's why astro affects us, because everything's energy, and there was a lot of energy in that eclipse. So did you also need a nap after the eclipse? Just wondering. Two last cards. One is guidance, trusting that higher guidance, especially as Mars and Saturn build to a conjunction in Pisces. Trust your higher guidance. It may feel like you're moving in a direction that you're unsure of. A lot of that is probably your conditioning that you're wanting to release, and some of that mind input. You know, our mind, it can be such a helpful thing, but it can also be a very undermining, thank you, Luce, undermining thing. So watch that in these energies. Remember, Mercury is still retrograde, okay? Like, we've gotten through one of the big events of April, through the peak of it, but there's still, there's still enough things working us. So, I'm going to leave that there for today. Good luck with this moon in Taurus, Pluto, morning action. You may not feel like getting out of bed. You know those pictures of babies, like, just born? They're like, meh. It just feels like that kind of a morning. So, good luck. Besides that, you can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.